Hello. So we are really excited to launch our client web portal, which is an exclusive feature for enterprise customers. And this video will walk you through how do you utilize your client web portal and what are the few things that you can do with your client web portal as an enterprise customer. So most importantly, as soon as you log in, you'll be able to see your number of team members, number of jobs or yard signs that you have already generated, and the number of reviews that you've received directly through the ProNext store. The biggest feature of our client web portal is our upload jobs feature. This allows our enterprise customers to upload up to 50 jobs and generate up to 50 yard signs at any time using our templated Excel format directly from their client web portal. So let's get started. So my screen on the left here shows you raw data that I've pulled from our field service and or accounting software. So this is some of the information that I was able to quickly and easily pull from these two accounting and field service software. Now I'm going to go ahead and download my templated Excel format sheet from my client web portal. And as soon as I do that, I'm going to open that right here. So you can see this is the sheet that I have downloaded, my Excel format or my template sheet that I have downloaded. Go ahead and read some of these note information that we have provided over here. The formatting needs to be accurate. If not, the data import will actually fail. So once you have gone ahead and reviewed this little pop-up box here, go ahead and delete it. Now I'm going to go ahead and delete it. So the next step is to review the sheet itself. There's some sample data that's already been inputted for you. You can go ahead and delete it or replace it with your actual information. So now that I have done that, I'm going to go ahead and pull up my raw data file. I'm going to move it to my right screen here, just so that we can easily look at both sheets. I'm going to start with business ID. So this is information that I can access from my client web portal. So where do I find that? If I minimize this sheet and I click on my profile in my client web portal, I'll be able to find my business ID right here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that. I'm going to paste that. Okay, so I'm going to paste it as value only. I'm going to go ahead and remove all the different usernames for now. We're going to skip this column. Next, I'm going to go to the date added. So this is the date the job was added. I'm going to go ahead and replace this data with data from my raw file. As you can see, I have my job date here. So we're going to go ahead and copy it. Copy. And we're going to paste it. We're only going to paste values, and as soon as we do that, we're going to click up here and format it as a short date. And as soon as we do that, you see all of the dates have transferred. Next, we're going to look at job price. So I have that information in my raw data sheet, so I'm going to go ahead and copy that. Copy that. And I'm going to do the same thing, paste as values, and I'm going to format it in the number format. Okay, and so if you would like your cost to be hidden from your customers, so if you would not like to show your cost, go ahead and change this to true, all uppercase. If you want to share your pricing, you go ahead and choose false. So basically, do you want to keep your cost private? Yes, meaning true. So we're going to hide our price, change this to true. Next is the description. I've got all my description extracted from my field service software. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. And I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to paste value only. Okay, and format this as general. Next, it's asking me, do I want to hide or keep my description field private? No, I do not want to keep my description field private, so I'm going to leave that as false. I'm going to drag that down similarly. And then next I have the status. So all of my projects are completed. Those are the only projects that I am uploading or generating yard signs for. So I'm going to go ahead and drag down completed. Okay. And finally, it's the location of the job itself where the yard sign is going to be placed. And I have that information right here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy. And just to be clear, this is the format that you have to have your address in. So starting with the house number, the street address, comma, the city, comma, state, comma, and finally the zip code. It is extremely important that your job address is in this full form, accurate to its format. Okay, so I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go ahead and paste it. I'm going to paste values only. So now that we have everything copied, we're going to go ahead and format it as general. I'm just doing this to keep things nice and neat. Okay, done. Okay, and finally we have the services. So this is basically a service category. So I would highly recommend doing a data import based on your service category. So it's easier to do this if you're not mixing services up. You can, but it's easier if you have one sheet extracted just for a particular service category. This way it's easier for you to copy this and match it. And how do you get your service category ID? All you do is, again, on your client web portal, you're going to go back to upload jobs and you're going to click on download subservices Excel. And as soon as you click that, it's going to download. And this is your category service ID sheet. So I'm going to put this on this side and I'm going to look for heating and cooling. So in my case, that's the category that I would like to display. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this service ID and I'm going to paste it right here. Paste value only again. And as soon as I do that, I'm going to go ahead and drag it because all of these are my HVAC install jobs. It's the only category that I'm using, and then I'm going to make sure that I only copied cells. Okay, and I'm going to quickly verify that Excel did not increase the numerical value as I dragged it down. So we want to make sure that this ID matches exactly for all of these projects. Okay, based on what I see, it does. Perfect. So now the only two columns that are left are basically our business ID and our username. So I'm going to go back. So I'm going to put this away. So I'm done with my category ID sheet. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. I'm going to save. And I am going to open my raw sheet one more time. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to insert a column in my raw data sheet. You can label it username. Oops. So the username is going to be your technician's username in the Pro next door. So where are you going to get that information? I'm going to move this to the left side real quick. You're going to click on my profile again. You're going to go to team info and you're going to look at all your team members here. So I see first technician is Andrew Khan and Andrew Khan's username is demo. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that and paste it. And I'm going to paste value only. And I'm going to drag this down for all of Andrew's projects so that his username is tagged. Next is Brandon. I'm going to scroll down and look for Brandon. So I found Brandon. And this is Brandon's username. So I'm going to go ahead and copy it exactly. It is case sensitive, so you want to make sure that you're copying it exactly. And then I'm going to paste Brandon's. And next I have Chelsea. I'm going to look for Chelsea. Got Chelsea's username. And I'm going to go ahead and paste Chelsea. And as soon as I do that, our sheet is almost complete. Yep. So now that we have filled in our username, I'm going to move my raw data sheet back to the right. I'm going to come back to my template, report template. I'm going to copy the usernames. Oops. Hit copy. Come back here, and I'm going to paste value. As soon as I do that, I'm going to realign it, make sure everything looks good. And finally, the last column is my business ID. And as I had previously mentioned, you can get that in your client web portal under My Profile, Business Information. The business ID is right here. So we're going to copy that. We're going to paste the value, and then we're going to drag it all the way down. And that's it. So now we have the entire template document to upload up to 50 projects at a time. You'd be able to generate up to 50 yard signs right from your client web portal. And you can, if you have 200 projects, for example, you can go ahead and do this a few times and get everything up to date for the month without using the app whatsoever. So now that you have gotten all your information, we're going to go ahead and hit and save the document. Hit save as. Going to browse. Go in downloads folder, and I'm going to save this as Elixir Renovation HVAC install July 2021. I'm going to hit save, and as soon as we do that, our templated document is now saved. So in our client web portal, we're going to hit on upload jobs. We're going to choose the file that we're going to upload, which is this templated document file. I saved it in my downloads folder. You see Galaxy Renovations. I'm going to click on that file and hit open. As soon as I do that, I'm going to go ahead and click on submit. And now your client web portal, you saw that little pop-up. We have successfully uploaded all of these projects, and it took us barely a few minutes to do. And you have successfully generated 36 yard signs directly from your client web portal. Now that we have done that, we're going to click on the job list. And as soon as we click on the job list, we're going to look up a project. So this is another feature that our enterprise customers have. You can basically look up any of your projects that you just uploaded. You can click on the images, for example, and you can go ahead and upload images to this project directly from your computer. So we go to job photos. I've got a few photos here that I would like to upload. So I can go ahead and do that directly from my client web portal. And select this and label some of this. And as soon as I do that, we're going to go ahead and click Save Images. So this is again exclusively for enterprise customers. Anybody who's running a large crew, large volume, you can use this client web portal to go ahead and not only generate your yard signs either on a weekly or monthly basis for all of your technicians, you can also go ahead and upload photos either from your field service software or your camera gallery, Google Drive, or any of these other online areas through your computer directly to any yard sign. And this can be done directly from the office, and you saw takes you 5 to 10 minutes or so to do. And depending on the number of projects that you run, whether in a week or in a month, this can be a huge, easy feature for you to keep everything up to date easily, quickly, and stay on top of things using our client web portal, which is really, really easy to use, as you can see. Okay. So yep, we're really excited to share this with you, and as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch with our support team. Okay, thank you.